Hi gorgeous girls, it's Adele. Transformational goals, the big goals that you want out of life, come from your daily habits. Habits are the small decisions that you make and the actions that you perform every day, and it's often defined as behaviour that is recurrent, cued by specific things that you do during the day, and it often happens without your awareness or even your conscious intent. So if you can create a really good habit, it will make these big transformational goals much easier. And habits are acquired through frequent and often repetition. So research has proved that your overall happiness is often boosted by the formation of positive daily habits. Your feelings of accomplishment and success are easily enhanced by following simple daily habits. Your life right now, right at this moment, is the sum essentially of the habits that you carry out every day. The way you feel and the way that you look right now are because of your daily habits, good or bad. So whatever your daily habits are, whether you cycle to work or you're at school and you're snacking on crisps or walking your 10,000 steps, your daily habits have a direct impact on where you are now and how you feel physically and mentally. So reflect for a moment. Consider where you are right now. And know that that is a result of what you're doing every day. So how fit you are is a result of your daily habits, like walking 10,000 steps or carrying out your exercise program. How healthy you are is a result of the daily habits, your daily snacking routines and what you're eating. And how successful you are, again, is dependent on your daily habits. The good news, the fantastic news, is that by adding small little habits into your daily routine will in turn turn your whole life around. Exercising every day will change your fitness levels, you know that. Eating more vegetables every day will change your health and your energy levels. And reading 10 pages of a lively, interesting blog, like mine, every day will change your success and your accomplishment. Small changes lead to the massive impact in life. And how happy you are right now is down to the habits that mindlessly carry out all through your day. What you repeatedly do and what you spend time thinking about and doing each day forms the person that you are, the personality that you show to the world. Do you remember my blog on growth mindset? If you consider yourself to be happy, then you will become so. It is the law of attraction. If you think positive, happy thoughts, you will be attracted to positive, happy things and vice versa. It is very difficult, nay impossible, to control every thought. So don't do that. Instead, concentrate on your mood. Use that to switch your brain to focus on the blue in the sky. Find the blue, find the little glowing spot in the sky, and that will help you to reframe, to think about good things rather than negative. Even if you can't find any blue in the sky, it will distract you long enough to forget that person that really annoyed you. So you have a limited amount of self-control. Habits eliminate the need for self-control. Your self-control is a strength, and if you exert it a lot, you exhaust it. Have you noticed that your willpower is really strong in the morning? Your mindset is positive, and you begin with your daily healthy breakfast. You can accomplish your 10,000 steps and your exercise routines, and you can visit the gym easily in the morning. However, when you are tired, when you are stressed, when you're exhausted at the end of the day, it is far easier to turn to a comforting habit, a habit that you have used repeatedly that makes you feel comfortable. When you are worried or overwhelmed, a habit will comfort you. Now, whether that habit is slippers and a nice cup of tea in front of the telly or a large glass of wine, is down to how you feel and your comfort zone at the moment. But researchers tell us that your comfort habit doesn't have to be negative. It could be a positive one. You don't have to turn to this bad habits when you're stressed. Instead of reaching for a glass of wine, your habit could be swapped for a run. How does that sound? Not likely, Adele. But it could. You don't have to reach for those bad habits. You could change your habits. You could simply get outside and have a walk, or let your mind wander in a 6-minute relaxation in the bath. Okay, so they don't have to be massive habits that you're aiming for, like a run. It could be a bath, it could be letting your mind wander, or just getting some fresh air. Your brain makes your behaviour into habits quickly as possible. It's what it does, because it wants to save you from long-term effort. Creating habits is easy for your brain and gives you the ability to deal with more everyday tasks. If you had to think through everything that you did in a day, you would be exhausted. So habits take out the mental energy from your daily decisions. Habits make your life easier. Just look at what you're pre-programmed to buy in the supermarket. If you could change your brand or your shopping list every time you went shopping, you would be there for hours and exhausted. So you have control over your habits. They are not pre-programmed at birth. You set them. Therefore, it is very important that you're mindful of your current habits, the habits that you do now, and you set them. You set new ones with real clarity. You observe how you do it and you're mindful. So when you use your daily habits, you conserve your self-control, because it's just what you do. You get home from work, you have a bath. You get home from work, you go and sit down for 6 minutes and try and meditate. That's what you do. You change your habits. You don't need self-control to perform an action that you have done several hundred times before. You do it without thinking about it. And the freedom from decision making is crucial, because when you have to decide to do something, it is often associated with an emotion. Shall I do this? Shall I do that? And it means you're most likely to not do it. It taxes your self-control. But if it's a habit, you just go off and do it. Of course, it takes self-control to establish a habit, but once it's there, it will just run for you. Your brain is programmed to do it. So if you get wired up on sugar or stress, you could reach for these bad habits that you do all the time, or you could start to change the way you feel. If you're frantically busy, which is stimulated and exacerbated by sugar and caffeine and just rushing around, habits can change the way that you behave. Habits can set you free from decision making and from using your self-control. In order to really shape a habit, you need to know yourself. You need to be self-aware. So if you are crazy manic on sugar and caffeine, you have to be aware of that. Know where you are right now. And then start to reach for new, safer, comforting habits. Now, the reason why habits fail is because you try and change too much too quickly, too soon. You start with a habit that's too big, like getting in from work and going for a run. It's too big. You get overwhelmed and frustrated that you aren't making progress. You're seeking a result. So I want to be bikini fit by August. Okay, that's a massive result. That's really hard to achieve. If you do something smaller, like every time when I get home from work, I'm going to go out for a walk. That's much more realistic and you're much more likely to stick at it. It becomes a ritual and you're focusing on the behaviour rather than that end goal. So you don't change your environment, you rarely admit or even realise it, but your behaviour are just a simple response to what you're doing in your environment. So you can find yourself just shifting your environment. If you think of the cigarette and the drink, that's how we always used to do it. So now think about sitting in front of the telly and munching on crisps. So rather than sitting in front of the telly, change your environment. Get up, go for a walk. Not only are you getting the fresh air and you're changing your habit, you're also not eating crisps. Bingo! Change your environment. That will help. And assuming that small changes don't add up. But that's what I've been trying to say. They do. These small changes make a huge change to the way that you live. So the underlying assumption is that your achievements need to be massive to make a difference. But they don't. Because of this, we always talk ourselves out of chasing that big habit. So I'm going to talk you into chasing a small habit, and that will make the big change happen. So set your healthy goal. What is it to be? If you have a goal, you have a sense of direction and purpose. But if your goal is considerably long way ahead of where you are now, if you want to be bikini fit in 6 weeks and you're still munching on chocolate by the settee, it's not going to happen. So make your goal smaller. Make your goal smaller and let your motivation and desires drive you. So if you want to make that change and you want me to support you, I would love to do it. The gorgeous girls in my private group would love to help you get there. We're all in the same boat. We're all striving for small daily habits to make the big transformational change. So click the link, join me if you're interested. There's no obligation, and let's see where this journey, this gorgeous journey, will take you. Bye!